Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Eh, it looks like Lumen, whatever the hell her name is, has released Candace Owens' husband uh, criminal record. And it seems like he was involved in a very serious accident that involved possible drunk driving. And of course, the Negro is going to make sure that we know about this. Now, this chick, Tamara Neely, I haven't subscribed to her because she seemed like she takes antidepressants. I don't know. Maybe that's just her personality. But she prays before she starts gossiping. like, like prayer is going to sanctify what she's doing. So this is just gossip. This is just gossip. We're talking about people, okay? But anyway, so she's giddy. Everybody's giddy now that finally some white chick and who called Candace a nappy headed hoe, a nappy headed black woman or Negro. I'm just waiting for the N word to just slip out her mouth. One thing this age of Trump has done is that people feel very emboldened, white people, to say what they feel. Some have consequences because the poor whites don't understand that they're not elite. They're used by the elite, but they're not the elite. They're just pawns. They're just checker pieces, you know? But they seem to be very emboldened. They seem to be very emboldened by what's going on. But understand that this is all in God's timing. Because I said the intercessors, we have already prayed. That's why you see the remnant is happy and giddy. Where you got the fake Christians, the fake believers, the immature people, concerned and worried. But anyway, so now this is going to be interesting because are they going to deport Homeboy? Are they going to revoke his visa, whatever he's on? What I would like to know what's going on. Because you see, Candace said she only knew her husband a couple of days and they got married and they had this big wedding. Candace is a pawn too. Candace is a chess piece. Candace is being used too. Candace just linked up with the opposite side of the boule. Okay? The opposite side, there's the Israel boule, and then there's the other boule. And the other boule wants to pretend that they're religious. Because they know every human being was created to worship God. To worship something. We have to worship something. We were created for worship. That's why it's easy to fleece people of religious origins. You understand? People who are religious. And let's look up that term religious. How do Google define religion? Religious. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. Okay. Religious. Okay, let's look it up. Meaning. Okay. Let's look it up. Okay. Being devoted to a deity, following a faith's rules, or relating to religion, often characterized by regular worship or strict adherence to spiritual practices. Okay, so it's being devoted to a deity. Okay, and we have to because we are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We're here to learn lessons about ourselves and lessons about the Most High God and lessons about each other. Human nature. It's an interesting concept. But now this is going to be interesting. This is really going to be interesting where this is going. Where this is going. And once again, I'm going to warn you guys. Do not get giddy when people fall. I told you, what Candace is doing is not about religion. It's about a hurt little black girl who has not embraced her skin color, her skin tone, her skin hue, who has not embraced who she is or who they want to call her. She does not understand. She's younger. She hasn't been conditioned. She doesn't understand how wonderful she is. And I'm glad Minister Farrakhan didn't allow her to use him. Because the only reason now she will come and interview Minister Farrakhan is because she wants to get back at the Israel Boule. See, motives are very important to God, but he still use you. If he can use rocks, if rocks can cry out, if he can use a donkey, he can use he can use Candace Owens. Okay? So Candace, this is a revenge tour. And because she's on a revenge tour, come on, let's look at this. World leaders say her name. World leaders are not calling my name. World leaders aren't calling your name. World leaders call her name because they know she's tied to the other boule. And she feels very powerful. But I'm praying for Candy Cane. I am praying for Candy Cane because she's young and she's hurt and she's broken. And when you're young, hurt, and broken, you can be used by the enemy to destroy. But it's interesting. I'm enjoying. I don't even need cable. I got rid of cable. I got rid of DirecTV. I said, you know what? Life is much more interesting than scripted TV. Have a good evening or a good morning. Bye.